Have you ever felt the thrill of the unknown lifting you off your feet? That's how I felt when the invitation arrived. A ticket to something shrouded in secrecy, hidden in the Nevada desert, far from my predictable life as a biology researcher. I was buzzing with excitement, but the moment I arrived, an unsettling air surrounded the facility, thick and electric, like the calm before a storm. My peers were all experts, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about Dr. James. His smile felt too tight, his eyes too sparkly with unshared truths. When the first tragedy hit, I froze. The shocking news rippled through the crowd like a dark wave. Gasps echoed. Shock painted faces pale. Panic? No. Dread. As we scrambled for answers, I felt a tremor frolicking under my skin. It wasn't just fear, it was deeper. The moment we lost someone, it felt personal, a haunting specter lurking. I glanced at Dr. James. He seemed too composed. A chill ran down my spine. I should have been investigating biology, not mystery. But all I could think about was the connection I felt with him. It was as if invisible threads tied us together. Why? I should have pulled away, yet the allure of the hidden truth was intoxicating. The scent of danger wrapped around me, intoxicating and suffocating at once. Then whispers began to surface, each one a needle pricking the fragile bubble of normality. Those who were supposed to guide us now felt more like pawns in a twisted game. I was at the brink of understanding, but what did I really want to uncover? Every corner of that facility tugged at me, like it knew a secret I was not ready to hear. People moved in shadows, lifting curtains only to find more darkness. Laughter echoed, but it felt wrong, mocking even. Was I the only one feeling this sliver of dread? Dr. James approached, a facade of calm draping over him. But I saw it in his eyes. Was it guilt? Curiosity clashed with instinct. Just before I could speak, a loud bang reverberated through the hall. My heart stuttered. I froze. Others jumped. Eyes darted around, sharp gasps breaking the thick silence. Dr. James turned pale. My pulse quickened. I knew something worse was coming. What had I gotten myself into? Was it too late to turn back? I felt trapped and alive at the same time, with uncertainty gnawing at me. Everything was spiraling, and the shadows lurked closer. Before you go on, let me tell you something. A lot of people have been saying that YouTube, out of nowhere, unsubscribes them from the channel. Take a quick look to make sure the red button is on. That way you won't miss any of the videos still to come. And while you're at it, hit the like button because it really helps me keep bringing you stories like this. Oh, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to know. I couldn't breathe. My heart hammered against my chest and the cold sweat slicked my palms. That bang still echoed in my ears. But it wasn't the noise that froze me. It was Dr. James's face. His eyes darted away, avoiding mine. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, he said, "I didn't think you'd find out this soon." Find out? What did he mean? Something shifted inside me. My gut churned as his words sank in. Before I could ask, he stepped closer. "It's not what you think. Trust me. Please." Trust him? My insides twisted. I stared, and then, like a punch to the stomach, I remembered. His name didn't just belong to a doctor. Dr. James was my father. The revelation crashed over me like ice water. I felt sick. Anger surged, hot and vivid. "Why didn't you tell me?" I hissed, trembling. The crowd around us fell silent, sensing the storm brewing. His gaze softened, and for a split second, I saw a flicker of regret, but it vanished too quickly. replaced by something unreadable. I wanted to protect you. Protect me? From what? The only thing that registered was betrayal. I shook my head, fighting the truth, but the reality clawed at me. Who could I trust now, if not him? A murmur spread through the onlookers. Eyes widened. Whispers turned into a wave of confusion, and the tension thickened, stretching tight. "Get away from me!" I spat, fear morphing into rage. I stepped back, but he reached for me, desperation etched on his face. "Please." But I didn't give him a chance. I stumbled away, wanting to vanish into the shadows, but they were closing in. Panic surged like an electric current between us. No one had warned me of the storm brewing beneath our lives. I felt exposed, raw, my world unraveling. I couldn't tell if I wanted to scream or cry. Silence erupted around us as I faced the truth. Only the question haunted me. Who else was hiding in the dark? What else had they concealed? The air was heavy. Each heartbeat rattled in my ears. Could I ever forgive him? Would I even want to find out more? The room spun. My breath quickened, each inhalation sharp and jagged. I felt the weight of every gaze on us, an audience to our unraveling. Dr. James. I could barely even think of him as Dad now. Looked crushed, and it made my skin crawl. But then a voice broke through the noise. A woman, trembling, stepped forward. "You're not the only one, you know," she said, her voice cracking. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" She hesitated, then whispered, "Your mother, she knows everything." Cold chills swept through me. Mom? How could she? My heart raced, confusion mixing with rage. "Everything about this place," she continued. "About your father's experiments." My mind reeled. Anger turned to disbelief. "What experiments?" Her eyes flickered to Dr. James, then back to me. "They're not just studying biology. You were part of their research." Part of their research? The floor itself felt unsteady beneath me. I stumbled back, nausea rising in my throat. "What are you saying?" "Genetic manipulation, enhanced capabilities. You're not just a researcher. You're the key." "Key?" My pulse thundered, rage mingling with fear. "What did you do to me?" I caught Dr. James's eye, a mixture of regret and something darker. "Sweetheart, let me explain," he stammered. But could I listen? The whisper swirled around me like a maelstrom, shadows closing in. "Get away from him." I screamed, feeling the tremor in my voice. Did I even know who he was? Did I know anyone? Silence fell around us. Was I just a pawn in their game? The air was thick, destiny hanging like a blade. My hands shook. Who was I becoming? What was going to happen next? My breath caught in my throat. The woman's words crashed over me like a tidal wave. My mother had knowledge about this twisted nightmare? "Stop!" I yelled, pulling away, my pulse racing. My mind was a whirlwind. "What do you mean?" "Your mother, she helped shape the experiment," she stuttered. "She was part of it. You were never just a subject. You were..." My heart dropped. What was I? Incorporated, enhanced. Her voice trembled, and I could see my world shatter around me. "You were the prototype." Prototype. The room spun. Was I just a product of their madness? Betrayal bit deep. A low murmur of disbelief rippled through the crowd. Where could I turn? Panic clutched at my throat, choking me. But then, I caught Dr. James's eye, no longer the father I longed for. He was a stranger. Was Mom complicit in this hell? "Get out!" I screamed, disoriented. They weren't my parents. They were monsters in disguise. Silence fell. Confusion swirled like smoke. I couldn't breathe. What else was hidden? What if I wasn't human anymore? Fear and rage fought within me. Would I ever find the truth? Would I dare unravel this chaos? A tight, heavy silence surrounded me. Darkness tethered me to an uncertain fate. I stumbled back, but the shadows crept closer. What had I unleashed? My heart raced. Was I really just a prototype? I couldn't process it. My chest tightened, nausea washed over me. I felt like I'd been punched. Dr. James was a monster, a stranger. My mother, part of this nightmare? Suddenly, the woman stepped closer. "You're not alone," she whispered urgently. "There's more. Your mother, she isn't who you think she is." My pulse quickened. "What do you mean?" Tears pricked my eyes. "She was the lead scientist. She abandoned you." Abandoned? Those words sliced through me. I staggered back, breath caught. "No!" The crowd's gasps faded into a heavy silence. Did I even exist? Was my identity a lie? I locked eyes with Dr. James. He was just as shattered as I was. But the betrayal was a wound I could never heal. "Your entire life, it's been a lie," the woman said softly. I felt like I might collapse. Footsteps echoed nearby. Something darker loomed. What had I become? I needed answers, but were they worth the pain? My heart raced, a wild drum echoing in my ears. "What do you mean, prototype?" I gasped, breathless. The room felt like it was closing in, suffocating me. The woman's eyes widened, desperation etched in her features. "Your father, he didn't just experiment on you," she stammered. "You were designed, engineered." A chill coursed through my veins. "Engineered? No, I can't. I'm not just a lab rat," I shouted, fury and fear battling within me. But then, as if struck by lightning, clarity surged through me. My memories, I whispered, realization slicing through the air. I remember pieces. They were too perfect, too controlled. Others gasped. Their eyes glistened. Mirrors of my horror. "What have they done?" I choked, helpless. Dr. James stepped forward, a ghost of the man I thought I knew. "You were our greatest achievement," he whispered, voice quaking. Greatest achievement? Betrayal engulfed me. "Stay away!" I screamed, pushing through the crowd. The silence was deafening, but it was the whispers in my mind that really terrified me. Was I even human? What if I wasn't? And then, a haunting thought loomed larger than the rest. If I was made, who was I really? I felt the ground give way beneath me. Prototype? The word echoed in my mind, a jagged knife slicing through everything I thought was real. My pulse surged as panic clawed at my throat. I staggered back, fists trembling, unable to breathe. My life was a farce. "I trusted you," I shouted, eyes narrowed at Dr. James. His face contorted in agony, but it was, or was it pity? "Your real mother," she stumbled over the words. I felt cold sweat trickle down my back. "What about her?" "She didn't abandon you. She was taken, erased." Erased? The weight of her words crashed over me like a tidal wave. My breath quickened. No, that can't be true. But it was. The fragments of my life shattered into pieces. What had they done to us? Who was I? The murmurs swelled around me, the crowd thick with tension. I looked at Dr. James, my heart warring with despair and confusion. "Get away from me!" I screamed again. "You're both monsters." Silence swallowed my words, the room closing in. I could barely focus on the faces, their wide eyes mirroring my horror. What else was hidden in this twisted truth? A deafening silence filled the space, leaving me breathless and panicked. I felt like I was drowning in misunderstandings, and yet I couldn't swim back to the surface. Would I ever learn what truly happened to my mother? The shadows crept closer, and the world tilted, leaving my future trembling in uncertainty. My heart slammed against my chest. What do you mean, erased? The word twisted inside me, pooling into fear. Was this really my life? The woman leaned closer, her voice trembling. Your real mother? She's alive, but she's in hiding. She's not who you think she is. My head spun. What do you mean? Your mother is the mastermind, but she's been framed, made to look like a traitor. They could kill you if they find out you're here. A wave of nausea rolled through me. Framed? But everything felt wrong. Trust me, she urged. You have to leave, now. Panic surged. The crowd still stared, horror etched on their faces. Could I trust her? Dr. James's expression was unreadable, a mask of fear and despair. I wanted to scream, to run. But what about him? The silence thickened, the shadows swallowing me whole. Could I escape this nightmare? Or was my fate already sealed? My heart thudded as I processed her words. Erased? I whispered. Panic wrapped around me, squeezing my chest. But then, the woman leaned closer, her eyes wide, holding a truth that tasted bitter on my tongue. Your mother is not just hiding, she breathed. She's been declared dead by your father. Dead? The world tilted. My stomach churned. No. No. That can't be true. It's the only way he could protect you. She trailed off, but her eyes screamed guilt. A fresh wave of betrayal washed over me. He lied to me. He didn't just keep her from me, he erased her. The crowd murmured, whispers laced with dread. I felt their eyes, heavy with judgment, and I knew this moment was the breaking point. What else are you hiding? I turned to Dr. James, fury boiling. What else have you taken from me? But his silence spoke louder than any answer. Was everything just a design? My life, my memories, were they all programmed? If my mother was a ghost, what was I? Frantic thoughts spiraled inside me. I was trapped in this web of deceit. Was I even human anymore? As I stumbled back, cold sweat trickled down my spine. It felt like the ground was going to swallow me whole. What have you made me? The question hung heavily in the air, unanswered. I could feel my grip on reality slipping away. Everything crashed around me. I turned to Dr. James, grief and fury boiling within. You should have told me all of it. You stole my life. His eyes pleaded. I thought it was for your own good. Good? I spat. Who are you to decide what's good? The crowd shifted, murmurs thick with tension. And that woman, she stood as a fragile source of truth amidst chaos. You have to leave, she urged, her voice breaking. I felt a tremor of resolve. Perhaps I wasn't just a puppet in their game. I'll find her, I whispered, and I'll uncover the truth. It was a pledge wrapped in anguish, but hope began to flicker within. I stepped back into the shadows, feeling for the first time the power of my own choice. The crowd faded as I turned away from my past, determined to reclaim my future. This is the moment to show your support. You need to subscribe now so you don't miss the next exclusive stories. Press the like button now to help the algorithm. Don't wait any longer to share your thoughts. Write your reactions and theories about the ending in the comments. And share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this conclusion. If you liked my story, Keep going and watch the next one that's appearing now. I think it will move you too.